So I've put the skirt back on the dress form, and you can really see that I'm doing these little triangles at the bottom. We've really added a nice amount of movement to the skirt all the way around. So it really looks quite nice, but it still fits really well up here down to the hip area. If yours is pulling and you get any horizontal lines and it seems like it's too tight, then add a 1/4 inch at your side seams and grade it down, and that will give you a little bit more wearing ease. So just make sure it's not too tight, but you don't want it really baggy either. Now, to mark the hem, we can do it the same way we did with the other flared skirt. I like these dress forms that have the little cage thing, because usually what I do is I just hold the fabric down and I mark it along the cage. So you don't want to pull, but you want to bring it in. If you have a half scale form, you could mark it at the bottom of the form, or you can hold a ruler up and take a dimension from your floor or table to where you want the hem. This one right here is 32 inches off the ground. So you would just hold your ruler and keep turning and making those marks. So make the marks all the way around for your hem, and then I'll show you how to mark the hem. I'm moving all the way around, and I'm marking little dots on the fabric where it's coming in contact with this little wire cage. Now, if I really wanted it shorter or longer, maybe it's only an inch difference. Once I draft this line, I can measure up or measure down and add whatever I need to add. Now, while you have it on the dress form still, it's a good idea to do your little notches. So here, this is the side front. I'm going to make a single notch. I might put one down lower because this is a pretty long skirt. I'm putting a single notch there. I'm going to go to my side seams and I'm going to do a double notch. And there's no exact dimension of how far it has to be. It's just going to help you in lining things up. So I'm going to go down and do a second double notch there. Then when I go over here, I want a double notch too, but I don't want it in the same location. So I'm going to go something way down here and maybe just do one. So just don't forget to put some notches on there before you take it off. So the last thing we need to do is mark our hem, and you'll notice that the hem really is a curve. So you're not going straight across the panel and then straight, because then you'd wind up with little points where the panels come together. So we want to mark this curved hem, and I'm going to use this curved ruler. Use whatever curved ruler you have, and if you have to manipulate the ruler to get the curve, that's an okay thing. So basically near the center front, that first like 1 inch, we want to make sure that it's just straight and square to the skirt. And the same thing in the back, because if I was to bring this up at a curve, when I open my fold, it's going to do this. We don't want that to happen. We want it to have a nice, even curve. So I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to start to follow that curve. So you kind of have to move your ruler around until you get the right amount of curve. So here's this. Come into the side seam. I'll go across here. Again, at the center back, that first inch or so, you really want it to be just straight. It should be at a 90-degree angle to the fold over there. So I'm going to continue to curve this around. And there's our hem. So if you're working in the full scale, make your hem about 1 inch. If it's half scale, make it about a 1/2 inch. And you're going to transfer this to paper, and then you're going to make a sample skirt that's like this little one that is on that half scale form. So that's your Gore skirt. Now we can make a skirt like this much wider by adding something called a godet, which is a little triangle, and it's an extra piece that gets inserted, but that gets pretty complicated. And you can get your skirt really, really full. So it's a lot of fun to play around with these panels.